In a world full of noise, Wasssl takes on a clear mission. Owning the narrative in tech and business in the MENA region, beyond the borrowed Silicon Valley playbooks. So we are here to amplify local voices, challenge the status quo, and spotlight the builders solving real problems within our region that can't wait anymore. So welcome to this new season of Wasssl Podcast. This time we are meeting some of the Pakistan's boldest founders, builders, and business leaders who are shaping the future and changing the face of the MENA region. So what's this season really about? It's about understanding how these leaders navigate challenges, grow teams, win in local markets, and decide when and how to go regional and even global. Enjoy. So what are your numbers now? Why you're doing what you're doing? How Bookme maybe is changing really Pakistan?
So could be a little longer, this answer.
So in this episode today, we had Taimour Ali, who is the COO of Bookme. It's a platform of ticketing, buses, hotels, and flights. And they were one of the rare Pakistani startups who raised above $10 million and also expanded to Saudi Arabia quite successfully. Taimour has been heading the Saudi expansion since 2024, and I'm just really glad to have him with me today. Ahlan Taimour.
Ahlan.
Nice to see you again, and it's very interesting that you just make it in this Pakistani trip from Saudi Arabia. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you for being here.
Lovely being here.
My first question will be a little bit broad. It can be either personal or professional. It's why you're doing what you're doing.
Okay, so could be a little longer, this answer. So I was fascinated with computers growing up. I was on the internet at 8 years old, and this was a facility or sort of a thing that not many Pakistanis had access to. So I was fascinated with computing, and I knew the richest guy in the world was somebody who solved a lot of problems through digital transformation, and they built products. So I always wanted to build tech products and wanted to be involved in tech because this is something I enjoy. And Bookme is not the first place that I ended up after studying. So I had tried my luck at the places. So we could say that I've found it twice and had some sort of a success, but not as a long performing success as Bookme. So later I was honored to be a part and joined Bookme as the chief operating officer. And why I did that, because Bookme was making history. They were changing how people used to book their travel. Women are able to book their bus tickets or travel tickets, choosing the seats that they want without having to worry that they have to queue up at a very male-dominated ticket booth or a terminal. And we enabled access to the marginalized communities through Bookme. So this was something that really fascinated me and warmed my heart, and I wanted to be a part of it and make it grow and scale.
Okay, so you answer my next question, how Bookme maybe is changing really Pakistan. Because I know that mobility, it's a real thing here in Pakistan. It's one of the biggest problem in general. It's a big country, a lot of population we're talking about. And also Bookme is tackling another problem, which is tourism that almost doesn't exist much in Pakistan, to be honest. But it's coming, and maybe Pakistan soon will receive tourists from abroad and I really believe in that. So how Bookme is really changing the game in Pakistan first.
Yeah. So as you might know, we started 13 years ago, and Bookme had this idea that people will one day buy tickets online and they wouldn't have to make trips to terminal 1 day or 2 days in advance to have a certainty on being able to board the ticket. So, and this was when there was no 3G or 4G in the country, or it was just being rolled out. The smartphones were just a luxury, and internet penetration at the time was less than 10%. Not a lot of people. Yeah. not a lot of people believed that this can actually fly and this can actually be how people actually would buy tickets in the future. Because, bus tickets, um, and bus happens to be a big deal here in Pakistan. Reason being that most of the major population hubs are situated close by, but not too close by. So there's a 3.5 hour or 4 hour drive from the provincial capital, that is Lahore, to Islamabad, which is the country capital.
Right.
And there's no airline connectivity between the two countries, so between the two cities. So people will eventually figure out that buses are the most efficient way in terms of environment and the most cheapest way, convenient way to travel. So buses are a big deal, and they move a lot of Pakistanis every day. And unfortunately or fortunately, most of the bus operators used to operate under the gray economy. They wouldn't want to be a part of the documented economy because they've been doing it. Their fathers have been doing it. The families have been in this business for, say, 50 years or 40 years or 20 years. So
It's one of the biggest headache in Pakistan and most of emerging market is the gray economy, and it's like just making the digitalization. It's for them a threat actually.
So a lot of people would just ask us to forget the idea, right? And
So when was the trigger? Like when things flips? Because when we're talking off camera about Bookme was really struggling at the beginning, which is normal. The market was not ready. When it really flips, what happened?
I wouldn't use the word struggling, but yeah, it was a long thing.
I mean, there's no internet, there's no phones, so
Eventually
it
it would
was
pick up.
online stuff was a little bit. I mean, like Bookme was a little bit ahead of the maturity
We
of the
arrived
market.
a bit early.
Exactly.
Too early for this. So that would be the right way to say. So we had this belief that eventually things will go digital because in other markets, this was happening. In other developing markets like India is one, or say Indonesia is one, or Vietnam is one. So there was digital solutions that were picking momentum, and we thought this could happen. And we, in the time, built an infrastructure that now happens to be the barrier to entry for others. So there was no availability of these bus schedules or pricing online, and all of the operations would be happening paper based. So there would be handwritten registers, there'd be tickets that would be paper, and the guy would write any seat number on it. Today you could buy whatever seat you like. You would know who's the if a female books this ticket, they would know if they're sitting next to a woman, or they could pick any seat they want. They could pick the seat that doesn't have another person sitting next to that. So we made all that happen. But to the question to the answer to your question is that we did this for 6 years. We layered the infrastructure. We made these bus operators come online and integrate the system, educated the market, and we gave them the ticket booth management software for free because that was something they wanted to, cut down pilferage because they are operating at, say, 20 different bus stations or different cities, and they cannot track if all of the money is actually coming to the owner's bank account. So we sort of saw, okay, this is a problem, that if we solve this, they'd be more motivated to work with us and eventually get buy in on the idea of selling these tickets online. And so fast forward 6 years, we did that.
So you were making some money, but maybe a little, right?
Just sustaining, and we haven't raised any
surviving.
Money. We haven't raised any money just yet. Fizan was the founder. He's putting his funds savings into it, and we had this belief. The founding team had the belief that it will eventually fly when there are more people with smartphones, which was picking up, when there's 3G, 4G in access of everybody, and
tech savvy people.
And a lot of transactions happen on phone, which was the case after wallets and banks going and pushing the digital use cases. So 2019 was the year we started seeing momentum, and there were early adopters all the way from 2013, 2014, 2015. There are still customers who've been with us and been using Bookme for 10 years, 11 years. There are customers who have been frequent buyers of their tickets for their loved ones or themselves for 11 years. So after 2019 and essentially
COVID, yeah,
there's no
makes
travel. Our
people
business was severely hit.
down. Okay.
But that really accelerated the digital adoption on all fronts. There was more food deliveries. There was more transaction would happen on the apps because people won't be able to go to the banks. And that is when people were able to gain the ability to transact online because we've been cashless for 8 years since 2017, and you cannot get anything on cash on delivery. So probably one of the only cases in Pakistan where where cash on delivery is not a transaction medium. So for us, it was really important that people adopt, and we continue to see growth in digital adoption. We have 200,000 plus people sign up every month consistently.
So what are your numbers now? Just like to share with people, like how big is the impact in Pakistan first?
Yeah.
We're talking about 15 million.
Yeah, 15 million registered users, but there's more to it. So part of our GTM was to
GTM is go to market.
go to market.
Just highlight.
Yeah. So our go to market strategy
Right.
was to partner up with fintechs, banks, to enable booking use cases within those apps because they had sizable user bases, but they didn't have much use cases for those users. They had bill payments, they had money transfer, and mobile top-ups. But we reached out to them. We reached out to EasyPesa, which has been our long-standing partner for about 9 years, and they are the most subscribed financial institution in the country. I believe 70 million users. And we told them that this is happening in other markets, like it's happening in China on WeChat. It's a super app. People go to one financial app and they can do all kind of transactions. They'll be able to buy travel.
Operations, right.
And our booking services debuted on EasyPesa about 9 years ago and still continues to be there. And
you showed me on Jazz Cash also.
Yes, Cash and 30 other places, which includes all the major banks. You talk HBL, you talk Light Bank, you talk MCB, you talk Askari Bank, any bank for that matter. And not just in Pakistan, outside of Pakistan. We have ongoing integration in South Africa. We have ongoing integrations in the GCC, which is the other market that we're really serious about at the moment. We'll talk about that later. So the numbers that you were asking. So we have been in business for 13 years. We raised 10 million plus in funding. And if you make a list,
only in Pakistan or mix?
We had investors taking part from other countries, like Jabbar Internet Group is one of the investors. So we have investors from the US. So international.
Saudi, I guess also.
Saudi, that would be something you'll be hearing soon, inshallah.
Okay.
So, So we had investors from GCC and the West, and local as well. So if you were to make a list of startups who have raised above $5 million and still afloat, and
I think less than 10 or something.
I think they'd be very short list.
Yeah.
So Bookme has this DNA that they've been able to sustain. Before there was a VC play, or there was the concept of raising funds through VCs. We started back then. There was no VC play in the country. So and there was no payment gateway at the time. So we were talking really early. And today, alhamdulillah, we have more than 15 million registered users, but we service Bookme at 30 plus fintechs, super apps, and banking apps. And the service user base would be more than 100 million because these institutions have large user bases.
Great. And I would love to highlight and come back to the tourism part. because I really believe I mean, when I heard about Bookme at first, maybe like 6 months or 1 year now, since I moved to Pakistan, and I'm just discovering also all the tech ecosystem here. That is really interesting. Unfortunately, we don't hear about it much in the media. In the international media or regional media. That's why Wasssl is here to really connect the region in terms of technology and business. And I see it as booking.com of Pakistan and hopefully the region. So how you think that Bookme can really impact the tourism maybe in Pakistan and really attract and be like kind of ambassador as a solution and also as a way to, for me, the tourism will explode definitely the next 5-10 years in
Yes.
Pakistan.
Thank you for asking this question. This is something very close to my heart. Pakistan is one.
Me too, because I love the mountains.
Yeah, they're amazing. So actually, I love to be in Pakistan's north, and the best part about it is its raw beauty because hasn't yet been that developed, which also goes for it because maybe other regions in the world who have similar scenery would be more developed, but this is more raw. You're closer to the nature. So, Bookme has played its role. We've sold $2 million plus dollars worth of tourism to international tourists coming to Pakistan because Bookme has always thought global because we on our platform today you could transact in 40 plus currencies, and that's something we've been able to do for the past 4 years. And you could send OTPs or sign up passwords to mobile phone numbers of 120 countries. So that's also a feat not many other platforms in the country offer. And why we do that is we know that there's a strong potential of incoming tourists from other countries. We have partnerships in China, we have partnerships in other parts of the world, and we've been hosting and bringing tourists to Pakistan. But the numbers could be 20x bigger or maybe 50x bigger actually. And we definitely would be part of the play because once you come here, you need a hotel, you need flights, you need buses, and there's no better way to get them apart from being on Bookme. So we believe that will pick up, and we're working with the Ministry of Tourism here in Pakistan. We're working with the Punjab Tourism Board, actually the Discover Punjab. There's an app. I'm not sure if I'm taking the right name. All of the booking services are powered by Bookme. So
Okay.
yeah, we're happy to contribute and take part in any initiatives in conjunction with the government or private players. But if the goal is the same, that bringing more tourists to Pakistan, we'd love to help any way possible.
And if we come back to like some very important moment in the Bookme journey you had so far, if there is a moment that maybe you felt like we need to give up on that,
So
is there some moment, or it's more Faizan who had experienced this?
So I think Fazan might have had experience the one that you mentioned, but I don't think so. That determined founders who have believed in an idea that's only going to
But there is
materialize
some point that you feel it, even though.
could be. But I would think slightly more in a more optimistic way. Think of that somebody arrived when there was the internet penetration was less than 10%, and they had this idea. They knew this is a long play. They knew that it's going to happen in 5 years, maybe 7 years, 10 years. But they knew it will eventually happen because all of the world will eventually move to digital transactions, and people will adopt convenience and they will embrace what's digital. And so it's a long play. There might have been many moments where things are not working well. The server is just not performing really well. The customers are not having the best of experiences online, and this is something we still fight because we are integrated with 600 plus partners, and say if one of those services starts to misbehave, which is very likely, the platform will slightly suffer and could leave a distasteful moment for the founding team, for the people on the forefront, that it should be smoother. But I don't remember in my past 4 years that there has been a moment. It's only
We're gonna
getting
move
better.
after to the Saudi, but before, I'm just gonna make a little break for the image. I'm just gonna give you one of your pictures, and you tell me what inspires you in, like, maybe a smell, maybe a taste, maybe a memory that this picture is bringing to you.
It's a very powerful picture, and I'm glad that my mom clicked it, and I'm glad that my father let me climb up this fence, which is actually a fence for the deepest dam in the world. It's Tarbela Dam, I guess.
Okay, where is that?
It's somewhere north.
Okay.
I guess I haven't been there
Since that picture,
that day.
I think you were like 3, 4.
3 actually.
Yeah, very
There
young.
with my sister. But the good thing is I was risk taking. Look at that.
You can see that you're like jumping out of the boundaries and not respecting much the limits.
If I were taking care of a kid of his age, I would not approve of him standing on that fence like that. But it's good. My parents believe that everything's gonna be okay. Let him do that.
It's funny to have this kind of mindset. I mean, it's when we are like, I think entrepreneurs, there is always a part of this in our
Yeah.
genes and DNA, I think.
So entrepreneurship is about dealing with uncertainties, right? And if you have,
Especially in such markets.
yes, especially in such markets, rightly said. So if you have that attitude that come what may, we'll make or figure out something out of it, that will help you. Otherwise, you will burn out very fast. And as you said, in markets like Pakistan, developing markets, things do not go as planned all the time. So you have to have a knack for, being funny in some of those moments and seeing, okay, we've done this before.
And it's very interesting because I lived in Paris the last 10 years. I lived in Morocco all my life. I'm like the first 20 years of my life. And I feel here, despite all the challenges that the country is living, since the partition, a lot of heavy politics, social, a lot of challenges, and people are quite happy and so much resilient. I'm so surprised of this, and this is what makes also the entrepreneurs even like have a thicker skin.
Yeah, me and Fazan talk about it all the time. So if there's one thing that defines the DNA of Bookme, it would be resilience. We don't give up. And as I'm mentioning, you imagine going to this transport mogul's office who has like 100 buses. One bus costs like $100,000 or more.
Oh,
And-
okay.
and
So it's like big businesses,
yeah,
actually.
you go there and they've been doing it for 30, 40 years, and you were just a young guy who just studied computer science and you want to build something, and you go there and propose that you want to sell tickets online. They will laugh it off, right? But you have to be thick-skinned, as you mentioned, rightly said, and you have to have resilience as one of the key elements in the recipe, and we believe we are lucky to have that.
So as a Pakistani startup, you've done you really rolled your muscles. You build your muscles in Pakistani market. At what time we can say that it's time to expand to the GCC market, notably that where you
I think
expanded?
the time is now. We're already doing
You've
it.
already done it. So I'm like, what makes Bookme decide that okay, it's time to go?
So we did all that was doable, right? We onboarded every single bus in the country. We onboarded all the airlines that
So you covered the country.
that operated in the region, not just Pakistan.
All right.
And now today we have global airline inventory. We have global hotel inventory. We have all the buses. There's more stuff coming. So people on Bookme would be able to buy tickets for Disneyland, for Madame Tussauds. So all those tickets. And what's next? You build this platform, this world class. You have been the solution provider for ticketing for cricket. People are crazy for
About
cricket in Pakistan.
cricket, I know.
And cricket in Pakistan. So, and we've done ticketing for Pakistan, India cricket matches. There's no other big event. When we did that ticketing in September of 2023, it was the most watched event that quarter in the world. So once you're able,
It happens in Dubai, right?
It happens in different countries, not in Pakistan, because India wouldn't come and play here.
I know.
So it happened in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
So we were giving the operations of the ticketing for Asian Cricket Council in 2023. And once you build a platform like this, you want to take it global, because if you build something great and amazing that works in Pakistan, in markets like Pakistan, where there's lots of uncertainty around infrastructure, around the payments, and everything. So I think in more well-structured markets, it can only flourish. And we had figured out that the next logical step was to move to Saudi Arabia, because it wasn't as saturated as UAE, for example. And it was just opening up. And these guys love embracing technology. They you'd be surprised to know that 97% of all transactions
Are online.
And
Crazy.
everybody's online. And I think there are not many markets where iPhone share in the market is more than 80%.
And it's a big market, Saudi Arabia. It's like 40 million.
Yeah, something around that.
Almost
And the other reason was that there are already 4 million Pakistanis in Saudi Arabia that know Bookme. So that was something.
A big step in the door, if we can say so.
Something going for us. And we thought it's not that far. It's 4 hours flight. I fly twice a month. I spend a lot of time there only because flight infrastructure. There's a lot of services operating between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. All cities Pakistan, all cities Saudi Arabia, at least 5 in Saudi Arabia. So great connectivity. And then a lot of Pakistanis actually have graduated from the fintech circle here in Pakistan to the fintech circle within Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And believe you me, they are the ones that have opened a lot of doors for us, because probably we were nice to them while they were there. And I'll tell you one more thing, that a lot of people that we worked with in banking sector or fintech, they were believers that we were doing something that was hard, but it was needed, and it made a real change in the country. And they
You are the only player, right?
We are,
in Pakistan, at least.
By lead, I guess you can say that the most well-known brand. There are the smaller players who are doing, but nobody has such a comprehensive coverage of travel services or ticketing services in the country. So, as I was telling you, that these people, when they meet the founding team, when they meet the people behind the driving seat, they see that these guys come from somewhat humble backgrounds, and they have solved a problem that they had encountered in their lives, and there's something close to their heart, and they have made a real change. They become your silent supporters. And a lot of these supporters exist today in lots of those banks and those fintechs that help us open more doors. And that's the reason that in our 1.5 year of operation in Saudi Arabia, we've seen good momentum. We have signed 4+ fintech and super apps plus banking apps.
Okay.
To
like Saudi fintechs.
Saudi fintechs.
All right.
Saudi banks and Saudi super apps to supply these booking services within
Right.
apps.
The last thing about, again, the expansion in GCC that I find it really interesting. Actually, it's the road that Kareem followed in starting from Pakistan and coming back to Pakistan maybe later. What is the maybe product or team or GTM that you adapt to kind of localize Bookme as a product or as a service?
Localization is the key to expand into any market. For the example, Uber, when it was coming to Pakistan, it didn't had cash as a payment option. I remember that because I was witnessing. Usually, I'm the early adopter of whatever platform comes to Pakistan or used to come to Pakistan. So I saw first few weeks there was no option to pay cash, and then they added that you could pay cash, and then there was no option that if the driver didn't have change, it would go into a wallet. So they localized, right? And that's the key for a product. It needs to make the user feel that it's tailor made for this market, it's tailor made for them. And similarly, is for Saudi. You have a local team who can help you with the local Arabic, because Saudi Arabic is slightly different, and they prefer to read their own version.
Exactly, and they are so into Arabic. Even English, there doesn't exist much for us.
Yeah, all of their searches happen in Arabic and Google's Arabic version. So your SEO needs to be Arabic.
Right.
Your branding needs to be in Arabic as well as English, because there are expats. Definitely, there's the number of expats is rising in Saudi Arabia because it's the booming market at the moment. A lot of expats are settling in Riyadh every other day and other parts of Saudi as well. So localization definitely has to be there. And GTM, as I've told you, you have to have the right partners. You have to have people who believe that the stuff that you're making or the problem you're solving is worth solving, and they could be your silent partners or silent supporters who open the doors for you. So you have to win trust. Winning trust is very important, because as I've told you that as a Pakistani company, you might feel that people are not giving you your due respect because they think it's a solution that works in a developing market, might not be world class. So you have to have your resilience play its role and win their hearts and win their trust eventually.
Thank you. I will get to our last section. It's like 5 kind of quick question, and I want to make it a little bit funny. I'll give you again the iPad for like describing the brand or the company in 3 emojis.
Okay.
Just like choose them, whatever you feel like today Bookme is representative and who they are.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's easy?
Seems like it.
Okay. I don't remember if I sent you this question.
I think I didn't need 3, just 2 are good.
2 are good. Okay, ticketing, happy.
And hugging the ticket.
Hugging.
Being excited about it.
Perfect. Thank you. And how would you define the future of tech in the region? Because we see that this, for me, MENA region, I really believe it's the next hub. And a lot of things happening. Saudi is putting a lot of money into tech startups. Dubai, it's already been more than 10 years now. So how do you see you as Taimour, the future of tech in this region? Because you are part of it.
Yeah, thank you for this question. We introduce ourselves as the leading travel second ticketing platform of the MENA region because we believe our beliefs are similar to yours. MENA has its time now. It's a lot of people. And there is more digitization happening because there are developed markets who have clear market leaders today, and there might not be space for new players in those markets, but MENA is still open. And these markets have a lot of unserviced or less serviced problems that are still looking for the perfect solutions, and
local solution also, that really US solution and European solution doesn't stick to our realities.
100%. And as a matter of fact, a lot of global tech is looking towards this region, and would look towards it more increasingly with time. The reason being that there's scope for problems that aren't solved. So you would see them setting offices, you would see hiring local teams to build local solutions, because we're talking about, say, in the MENA, there would be more than 1 billion people. That's what I think. And these people,
And even the immigration now is happening to this region.
Yes.
Like me, for example. I would never imagine I will come one day to Pakistan and be really in the Middle East and Pakistan region.
quite a story actually. So yeah, so a lot of tech adoption has to happen, and it's in its full swing.
Yeah.
But there is a lot more that needs to come, and I see this region to make strides and be part of the headlines around the world for the tech solutions that have made the change.
That's Wasssl also why we are here, to really celebrate those stories and really own the narrative of technology instead of waiting for people to talk about us. So we're talking about ourselves first. And which one you think like the next, the bigger potential in which city? Abu Dhabi, Riyadh, Cairo, or Karachi, Lahore?
I think Riyadh takes the leader seat, because I travel to Riyadh very often, and I see flights packed. It's where all the action is, because Saudi has been able to sell the narrative that it is diversifying its economy, and there's a lot of stuff happening. The world-class concerts, F1, the fights, the boxing, the WWE, a lot's happening there, and it's becoming a more livable place, and a place that's attractive for people to move in.
Collaborating with Mr. Beast and some crazy stuff happening there.
It's becoming the hot spot of the region, definitely.
Exactly. And if we give you like $1,000, how would you invest it today?
Well, that's a good question. I haven't thought about it. So I'll put it in Solana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a crypto investor also for the last 3 years.
That's good. And I believe I'm not sure. Maybe you're definitely more experienced in this. I think I made the right call, I guess.
Okay, Solana is like, now it's like around $200, so you can make a good investment with $1,000, maybe 3-5x in the next months. It's I mean, like the all-time high. It's very soon.
But I think if it's a long play, it will play.
Exactly. I really do believe in the future of crypto. Maybe we're gonna pay one day like the tickets.
Yeah.
With crypto. I can't wait for that day, actually.
Next 2 years, it will be happening maybe sooner. Because the stable coins are coming, and
we're going like crazy.
We're actually already are in talks with some partners who will make it happen.
And even in Pakistan, I heard about digital rupees. So I can't wait.
Talking about, yes.
I can't wait for that. And the last one, like final word for wannabe entrepreneur. From your experience, you've been an entrepreneur for a long time now. So what will be your advice for someone who's building in the region for the region?
It's a tough terrain, first of all. And it's a long play. So you have to pick the right founding team who aligns with your vision, for whom this problem means just as much as it does to you, whatever problem you're.
So it's about people for you.
Yeah. So because the motivation, the charisma of being a founder will soon fade away. You'll be met with realities, tough vendors, tough partners, and resilience. As I've told you, you have to have that mindset that we could get across this, and we could be at the other side, and there are problems that we don't have solutions to right now, and there could be operations that would be tough, but believe in the bigger picture. And I think this advice seems very generic, but
this is important. It's there.
And be in contact with the partners who can be the supporters for you when it comes to channel partnerships, when it comes to your distribution. So I think distribution is key. You have to make good relationships with people who could help you with that distribution in a channel partnership, through a channel partnership. And resilience, again, X2.
Thank you. Thank you, Taimour, for sharing your experience and also sharing Bookme journey so far from Pakistan to Saudi and hopefully to other countries. Maybe we can have another discussion in few years. Who knows? Because in Wasssl we are just celebrating these kind of success stories that's coming from the region and really pushing the region to go to the next level in terms of technology and innovation. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to the next version where we talk about that. In the past version, or this version actually, we talked about a few markets we were looking at, and in the future, inshallah, we have made a mark there. So looking forward to that.
Thank you.